Buddha is a non-Western philosopher born between the 4th and 6th century BC. Siddhartha Gautama was born into wealth and lived in Nepal's Himalayan foothills. He lived in the palace for 29 years at his father's request. He was given all the comforts that a prince of that time could be given. However, Gautama was not content and wanted to explore outside the palace. At 29, he decided to leave the comforts of the palace. He was shocked by the different men that he met through his travels. The three men who had the most influence on him made him think about the human condition. The men were experiencing different stages of life. One was poor, one was sick, and one was dying. Siddhartha had never confronted such suffering. After that, he found a holy man who helped him understand that life was not as easy and simple as he had grown up knowing. He decided that he wanted to live in moderation and give up the luxury that he had known. At 35, while meditating under the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, he attained enlightenment, becoming the Buddha. Buddha means the awakened one. Smith, 2022. After his enlightenment, he began to share his teachings, delivering his first sermon in Sarnath, India. He spent the next 45 years traveling and teaching, establishing the Buddhist monastic order. After achieving enlightenment, the Buddha established a monastic order, the Sangha, and began teaching his followers, forming the foundation of the Buddhist tradition. Buddhism spread from India to other parts of Asia, including Sri Lanka, Southeast Asia, and East Asia, through the efforts of missionaries, traders, and rulers like King Ashoka. He passed away at 80 in Kushinagar, India, entering parinirvana, final liberation. Buddhist philosophy rejects the concept of an eternal soul. The doctrine of dependent origination, a central tenet within Buddhism, is built on the claim that there is a causal link between past, present, and future events. Smith, 2022. What we did in the past is part of what happened previously and is part of what will be. The Buddhist doctrine of no self, Anatman, is one of many distinct features of Buddhism. It is the notion of anatman, the denial of the self. What is being denied here is the sense of self expressed through metaphysical terms such as substance or universal being. Western traditions want to assert an autonomous being strongly individuated from other beings. Within Buddhism, the me is ephemeral. Smith, 2022. As taught by the Buddha, key concepts in Buddhism revolve around understanding suffering, its causes, and the path to liberation, encompassing the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, and the idea of nirvana. The Four Noble Truths are the truth of suffering, dukkha, which says life inherently involves suffering, dissatisfaction, and impermanence. The truth of the cause of suffering, samudaya, says suffering arises from attachment, craving, and ignorance, particularly the craving for pleasure, existence, and non-existence. The truth of the cessation of suffering, nirodha, says suffering can cease when attachment and craving are overcome. And the truth of the path to the cessation of suffering, magga. The Eightfold Path provides the means to end suffering. The Noble Eightfold Path is the path to enlightenment and liberation. It involves right understanding, understanding the Four Noble Truths. Right thought, cultivating positive and compassionate thoughts. Right speech, speaking truthfully, kindly, and constructively. Right action, acting ethically and compassionately. Right livelihood, engaging in honest and beneficial work. Right effort, cultivating positive mental states and avoiding negative ones. Right mindfulness, paying attention to the present moment. Right concentration, developing mental focus and clarity through meditation. And nirvana, Siddhartha, 2023. The ultimate goal in Buddhism, nirvana, is a state of liberation from suffering, characterized by the cessation of craving, attachment, and ignorance. School of Life, 2015. It emphasizes compassion and non-violence, promoting peaceful coexistence and ethical behavior. Buddhism challenged the rigid social structure of the time, offering a path to spiritual equality for all, regardless of caste or social status. Buddhist monasteries and temples became learning centers, attracting scholars and pilgrims from various parts of the world. Modern Buddhism is changing in the face of society. It is evolving in the presence of Western Christianity. Western Christianity has influenced the establishment of Sunday schools, the distribution of tracts, and the arrangement of worship areas so as to resemble churches and meeting houses. Nakamura and Kitagawa, 2025. Buddhism has gone through many reforms. One of those reforms is engaged Buddhism. This type of Buddhism focuses on fostering world peace and world justice. These are only two of the different ways that Buddhism is adapting to the ever-changing world. Buddhism has also influenced the development of art and architecture, with the construction of stupas, temples, and sculptures reflecting Buddhist ideals. Buddhism profoundly impacted Indian culture, influencing its philosophy, literature, and art. Buddhism spread throughout Asia and beyond, influencing various cultures and societies with its peace, compassion, and mindfulness teachings.